years. To me, not saying it's the right way, the best way, for me, white bucktail works the best. Why does it work the best? Because it's mimicking every bait fish that is out there. Every fish has got a white belly, or the bait fish that the fluke is feeding on. So I'm very simple when I fluke fish. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, again, depending on if I'm in deeper water or shallow water, I pretty much have the same setup. Just obviously, I'm just going to put a heavier bucktail on. Now, what's interesting about this though, okay, when you're bucktailing, the reason why I like this setup, okay, I'm only going to put a spearing on my bucktail. I will put a spearing or a killie on my teaser. Now, you can use any hook you want. I mean, this is the number 3 hook right here, but whatever you want to use. I do not use a teaser. I don't feel like I need a teaser. The reason why, this bucktail is going to attract the fluke. If you don't land this bucktail on this fluke's head, you know what? He's going to be looking up and see your spearing now hanging out on top. So you have 2 shots to get him in a natural way. I feel if I don't put just a single plain spearing on there, if I put a lot of glitter on there, I don't get as many hits. I used to do it years ago. And I'm finding that since I'm going simple with just the bucktail and a plain hook without any squid, my hookup ratio, guys, I mean, you guys who know me, I mean, the fluke I'm getting are phenomenal. And it's ever since I've switched over to simple tactics.
All right, now let me grow you on this. You're talking about, obviously, bumping up the size of the bucktail based on either the current or the depth. So basically, what would you start off with in shallow? You took about 2 or 3 ounces for the
in shallow, I'm only using half ounce in shallow.
About half ounce, okay.
Yeah, if I'm in the sound fishing 24 feet, yep, I'll use 2 ounces.
All right, what pound test leader system would be on this?
On shallow, this is only 20 pound.
Okay.
If I'm going to fluke fish in the sound, I'm going to make my leaders up with 30, you know what, maybe even sometimes 40 if the big guys are in.
Okay, and then your hook that you're using as a teaser?
Just a dropper, yep, I just made a dropper loop.
1-aught, 2-aught maybe?
Yep, that's a 3 hook.
Okay.
That was 3. But just with a dropper loop.
All right, now, the other part I got to ask Rick to talk about, let's take you through the actual subtleties of working a bucktail. Because I keep stressing that it's a very basic in its concept, but really makes a difference between you and a lot of the other people out there that catch it. It's some of those little subtleties that you're doing. Take us through the motions.
All right, first of all, guys, take no offense to this, but a woman catches fluke a lot more than a man does. And the only reason why is because a woman has a lot more patience in setting hook. Where's Meg? Meg, raise your hand. Meg caught a 10.5-pound fluke on my boat not too long ago. And you know why she caught it? She was fishing with a husband who I love dearly, who was a very good fisherman. The reason why, okay, I saw Meg had a big fish on. We lost it. I told her, I said, Meg, just drop back. Drop back, drop back. She did. I'm like, let him take it, let him take it. When that fluke took it, Meg gracefully, not aggressively, gracefully lifted up her rod tip like this. That is why Meg caught this fish. If she was too aggressive with that fluke on her hook set, she would have lost it. I see it happen all the time. Guys, everybody's excited. I can do it. But I'm telling you, if you guys want to catch more fluke, you can't be overly excited with your hook set, and you have to just patiently lift your rod tip up. Now, in the spring, when the water is cold, you're going to work your bucktail really slow. When I say,
now define it slow. Let's go through the rod motion and everything.
Okay. In the spring, when the water is cold and the fluke are lethargic, and you have your bucktail on, this is how you're going to, wait 2 seconds, lift. Wait 2 seconds.
So the bucktail's hit the bottom, you feel contact at the bottom, and now how high up are you bringing it off? 2, 3 inches, 6 inches?
I'm bringing it up about 6 inches.
And then you drop it back.
Right. You're going to have constant contact with the bottom. Okay? That's what you're going to do in the springtime. Because you either got to land that bucktail on the head, or you got to just do it slow enough that those fluke are going to be able to keep up with you. Okay, in the summer, now when I say summer, in the June, it's a whole nother story. much competition in bait there. In June, we have spearing, sand eel, squid, bunker, peanut bunker, snappers. We have all this bait. Why are those fluke going to grab our bucktail when they have all that live bait out there? So what you need to do is you need to keep up with all that fresh bait that's out there. And the way you're going to do it, this is it. This is how you're going to work your rod tip in the summer. Because you got to make your fake bait, which is a spearing or whatever you have on, to make it look real. So you're going to constantly, this is going to be the way you're going to work your bucktail. And they're very aggressive.
And always let me still drop it down, remain in contact with the bottom, and then
Yep.
go into that tactic.
Yep.
Gotcha. One thing I do, I'll go back Barb up on, when you mentioned about the patience and letting the fish have that, because I ended up blowing. I don't want to say we're in a potential Florida State record, flounder, southern flounder, fluke basically the same. But I was doing a redfish deal out of MissBpart in Central Florida. We're dropping down live menhaden, what we call pogies, and catching these big red drum. So we're making a trip past the jetties. The live bait hits the bottom. I feel like a thump. I figure another redfish. I wind tight, nail this thing, and rod is bent over, and nothing was going on. I had a lot of weight. I'm cranking this thing. There's no fight at the end. It's just double. I think, what is this? You're in Florida. It could be a bottom. You never know what to bring up out of the inlet. And all of a sudden, it's dirty water, and I'm cranking, and all of a sudden, I can see this thing come up. I said, did I get one of these big toadfish? It came into view, the biggest flounder that I think I've ever seen in my life, comes right beneath the surface. I didn't lift it up where it splashed. I looked at it, I freaked it. Oh my God, look. And before I could get the words out, I see the mouth open, out comes the thing. And the fish went down, and I'll go on the limb. I would bet you that thing was a 20-pound plus fish. I think the state record flounder was 18 or something. And I'm not, you knew what you had, and you just let the thing eat the thing. I would have been bragging about a mounted world record flounder or something. But strange. Rick, target trophy.